This Sheila here, an eyewitness, laughing her arse off.
I was sitting out the back with a coffee and I just saw a plane come across and was like wobbling like that. It was probably a meter from the roof above me, so I just ran to Dan Murphy's. And then I heard the bang and I looked around. There was just flames and smoke everywhere.
There was smirk everywhere, more like. And it's funny how they show a reticulated truck. They said the Berlin truck was reticulated. And this wheel just stuck here in the middle of nowhere. Isn't that special? This is the supposed sister. 4 Americans killed in plane crash during dream vacation in Australia. Investigators are examining safety records and charred wreckage as more information is released about the 4 Americans who were killed. And I guess it's this one. This guy is the one who supposedly died.
Time trip. It was everything we could have hoped for.
Why is she laughing her ass off? They always doing these things. They sit on the couch, they laugh their ass off. Where's her handler coming over here telling her to straighten up? Well, people grieve in different ways, you know.
Yes, it included his wife.
Yeah, she was up crying all night too. Yeah.
Second love off.
Not.
Glenn Garland was a former energy executive.
Son Edison. Okay. Well, this is where the Sheila was, right here. The first one. Bay Leather Republic ENS. So she was standing out here giving an interview after she was having coffee and saw this plane a meter above, I guess above the something, I don't know, above the roof. And a meter is what, 3 feet? Likely story. The plane was supposedly taking off. Right? Taking off. And it crashes over here. But the video camera shows the airplane going this way. It's coming from this direction like it was landing. Not taking off. See, you got this little, this is like a overpass, looks like. Oh, PK Truth did a story. He lived in this area at one time, so he knows the area really well. I'm just looking at, you know, if it's taking off, how is it going this way? Doesn't make any sense. To me anyway, because this is the dash cam. Someone supposedly sees this plane in their dash cam. No audio, of course.
In this video, obtained.
And it gets glitchy right here. Just like the Harrison Ford plane gets glitchy when it starts to cross something else. You know. Where is the plane? Where did it go?
By us.
And it supposedly, according to the story, is a twin turbo prop Beechcraft King airplane. And here's some images. There's different types. Let's see. This is the one that supposedly was in the photo. But, let's see. Doesn't look to me like the same thing. Now, if they had said he had turned around, that might have made sense. Although, you know, I don't know where there would be a place. I mean, was he, if he suddenly had engine failure, maybe he was trying to go for this field. If they had said that, oh, okay, well that makes sense. But they never said that. You know, it's just like, no, he was taking off, and he went the wrong way, had engine problems, both engines died or blew up or something, and then he was dead, and then you're expected to believe it. But it, from the video, looks more like this style, just in my opinion. This training aircraft. More likely a training exercise, you know, doing a low pass on landing. That looks like what the video was, like someone got that video. And then of course the Australian officials, same people you see in the other Melbourne hoax. See, that wasn't a meter above this shopping mall.
A charter plane, a twin-engine plane, left the Essendon airport and shortly after takeoff had a catastrophic engine failure. Pilots then unfortunately attempted to return to Essendon, but has crashed into the DFO at Essendon Fields. There's 5 people on the aeroplane, and so at this stage.
Okay, so they are saying that he tried to return. So he was going this way and then tried to return, and then just crashed here. But you don't see that in the video because they cleared this area and landed safely. You know, in this little training exercise, the low pass training exercise. Probably some government thing. Or it could be the Royal Air Force. Maybe they were practicing. I mean, the Royals still, you know, run a lot of things, especially in Australia, because you don't see any plane parts. Somebody blew this up. There's no plane crash here. Okay. That little prop plane wouldn't have done all that damage. I mean, you would see some plane parts. You wouldn't see a wheel out there in the street. That didn't make any sense.
Catastrophic engine failure. Pilots then unfortunately attempted to return to Essendon, but has crashed into the DFO at Essendon Fields. There's 5 people on the aeroplane, and so at this stage it looks like nobody survived the crash. Today's a desperately sad day, a very, very sad day for our state. A number of people have died as a result of what is the worst civil aviation accident that our state has seen for 30 years.
Okay. You see the same guy. He was also in the Melbourne donut car crash. So someone is laughing all their way to the bank on this one. They're on a holiday. All of them about retirement age or done retired.
Once in a lifetime trip.
It was everything he could have hoped for.
Everything he could have hoped for. Really? All that in one trip, huh?
Because it included a from his wife and second love golf.
Glenn Garland was a former energy executive, Russ Munch, a retired attorney, and his neighbor, John Washburn, whose daughter spoke to us on the phone.
And he was really, really smart.
The flight took off just after 9 a.m., crashing into the storage area of the shopping mall. The pilot had reported a catastrophic engine failure on the twin-engine aircraft, similar to this one.
I'm a little surprised because this airplane has such a good record that an engine failure would result in a loss of control and an accident.
Alright, so they didn't say anything about turning around. They said that the airplane started taking off and then crashed right over here. And I guess people were still milling about, you know, no one was on lockdown or anything. I mean, that's the way NBC described it. And then there's all these people talking and walking around.
Veers left, hits DFO. this here is Buller Road, okay? Look at that, in a straight line. If you're sitting there, all you're going to see is the nose coming straight towards you, okay? I want to show you this so you don't miss anything. There it is. Google map. There's the runway. Here it is. It veered left here, straight down the DFO, straight in line with Buller Road, okay? Buller Road, which runs all the way down there, Glass Street. That's where I lived. Here, right in the corner. Near the train station, Glass Street, not far away. Used to drive down there every second day, so I know it like the back of my hand. Once again, the plane goes straight down there, supposedly hit here, somewhere here, right in line with Buller Road. So let's go to the chilling footage, okay? This is right at the end. What I want to point out, I want to replicate this scene here. There's the good guys, okay? The good guys, this is Buller Road. Plane should be coming straight down Buller Road. So, okay, that's the corner, good guys here. So here we are. This is the roadside view. Exactly the same. There is the good guys. So, as we've seen, this is Buller Road. Tullamarine Freeway runs along down the bottom, west to east. Here, up here, way west is a turn off where you can go off the Tullamarine Freeway, where you go up here and you turn right into Buller Road, which is something I did so many times to go back to where I lived. So here it is, Buller Road, there's the good guys. The plane would be coming straight at this, straight down Buller Road, so all we're going to see is the nose. True? How many times have I shown you the proof that that plane was coming straight down Buller Road? But in the chilling footage, what do we see? Look at this garbology. It is going from left to right. How is that happening? How is that not obvious to people?
You see that for it to come from here, it would have had to go all the way around to bank and turn back around, which they never said that happened. They said that it had tried to land in the field.
A chartered flight on its way to Tasmania's King Island suffered suspected mechanical failure.
Black smoke billows into the sky above Essendon DFO as flames engulf what's left of a like plane that's crash landed.
It was actually a big bang. It was like the sound of a bomb. I looked up and it was just a big cloud of black smoke and fire, big fireball over the road there at DFO.
Yeah, this is the third one in 30 years, so
this is, it's three too many.
As the wreckage burns a gaping hole into the roof of the shopping complex, bits of debris cause havoc on the neighbouring freeways. Firefighters do their best to stop the flames from...
And here's the map of that PK Truth showed. Now if he's trying to turn around, it didn't look like it from whatever video they had. So whatever video they had was crap and did not prove that this event was real. So just Melbourne is on a roll with a hoax, hoax, hoax. Hoax after hoax after hoax.
Delivery driver Daniel Stengheelen watched the doomed plane leave the airport.
I saw the plane taking off and was stable after about 20-30 meters from the roof of the DFO, and from there it started turning left, and after that it started going a little bit down and sliding to the roof and go.
Alright, so they're not even trying to say it crossed over the freeway or this road here. Forgot the name of it already. Bullis or whatever this road is. It didn't even cross over this road. They're not even trying to say it crossed over this road and then turned back around. He's saying it was taking off and it just veered to the left and crashed into this building. So we would have never had video of it coming this way as we saw in that video. So that's totally bogus.
Straight to the floor. From there you can hear an explosion, fire, and bang after. It was a small explosion after.
He raced to help, but there was nothing he could do.
Drove straight at the back of the DFO to see if I can give a help to someone, and couldn't do nothing. It was too much smoke, it was hot temperature and explosion, maybe from tires or other cars, and I just stayed back. because you can't do nothing.
Angelo Sartis saw the crash happen.
Saw the second of the plane banking and then just hit. And I don't think there was any time to do anything.
Grace Martin was only metres from the point of impact.
I was sitting out the back with a coffee and I just saw a plane come across and was like wobbling like that. It was probably a metre from the roof above me, so I just ran to Dan Murphy's. And then I heard the bang and I looked around. There was just flames and smoke everywhere.
The force of the crash rocked the ground like an earthquake.
A shockwave, everything shook. We were just coming up the off-ramp and the whole car shook, everything just shook, and we stopped, and then we saw the massive fireball coming up over the back of the signs. So I've jumped out and come running over to see what's going on, and it's pretty much just a smoking wreck. When we got there, there's pretty much nothing left on impact.
A mother told 3AW she'd only just dropped her daughter at the very spot the wreckage landed.
If that had been just a few minutes earlier, it would have cleaned all of us up if it's exactly where it is, right in the corner there, through Spotlight.
Specialist police sifted through the scene, confirming no other casualties. Head counts finding everyone accounted for. Amazingly, staff at JB Hi-Fi had just been preparing for a 9 o'clock fire drill. At Spotlight, 8 employees were inside, preparing to open the store. Shaken and sobbing, they comforted each other, realising just how close they'd come to death. For the parents of one of the workers, simply immense relief.
We're pleased. We're pleased for her. And all her colleagues are okay as well, so we're happy.
Spotlight said it was miraculous. None of the workers was hurt.
They were a little bit distressed, of course, as if you were under a plane hitting the building.
The crash happened so close to the busy freeway, debris spread across the road. A wheel ended up in one of the lanes. Morning peak hour traffic swerving to avoid crashing into it. A piece of fire blanket flung into a park hundreds of metres away. The freeway was shut down in both directions, causing gridlock for kilometres. The search for answers as to what went so tragically wrong started soon after the crash.
It appears to be a very, very tragic accident that's occurred out here. Obviously there will be a lot of people that will look at what's happened in terms of the aircraft, but there's undoubtedly been a serious issue that's happened.
The aircraft took off from Essendon Airport just before 9 o'clock. Soon into its climb, it began banking to the left. It rapidly began to dive, hitting the roof of the DFO before crashing into the car park just metres from the freeway.
Close to taking off from the runway, called in a mayday. We understand that there potentially was a catastrophic engine failure, but we're unsure at this stage. It gained a slight degree of altitude before crashing into the back of the DFO.
It's possible the pilot realised he had no hope of making it back to the airfield, so in a final heroic act, he made sure he did not crash into the freeway. While the toll could have been much worse, it's still been a very dark day.
Today's a desperately sad day, a very, very sad day for our state.
So they're not even saying that he went over the freeway at all. That he stopped in front of the freeway. So how is this video possible?
Maybe you want to do some research into image fakery and CGI. Here we see the plane as it approaches. Prior to the light pole, the plane never loses its shape or becomes more pixelated or anything like that. As it approaches the light pole, the first thing you notice is the plane all of a sudden loses its shape. Bits of it become more pixelated and scrambled. Explain that. Look at that. Look at the change as we go back and forward. That's CGI. That's why it's doing that. And don't give me this shit that the plane blew up. We don't see any plane blowing up or any smoke or any explosion at all with this CGI garbage that they show us. So yeah.
So they're saying that the plane came from the other direction clipped the roof, and then landed in the parking lot. Totally different story. So you heard witnesses say the airport is over here. So the plane came this way and then veered left, hit the roof, and then landed in a parking lot right by the highway. So how do they have video going the opposite direction? How did that happen?
Moments of what should have been a dream vacation, captured by a witness in this video obtained by Australia's Channel 10. A charter plane coming in low and fast toward a Melbourne shopping mall. Seconds later, it explodes in a fireball next to a busy highway, crashing through the mall's roof.
It was pretty horrible. Standing there, couldn't do anything.
Tonight, we're learning more about those on board.
And they even show it. The reporters were on the other side of the freeway, which is actually around the corner.
In this video obtained by Australia's Channel 10, a charter plane coming in low and fast toward a Melbourne shopping mall.
Just before 9 o'clock, soon into its climb, it began banking to the left. It rapidly began to dive, hitting the roof of the DFO before crashing into the car park just metres from the freeway.
Close to taking off from the runway, it called in a mayday. We understand that there potentially was a catastrophic engine failure, but we're unsure at this stage. It gained a slight degree of altitude before crashing into the back of the DFO.
It's possible the pilot realised he had no hope of making it back to...
So this is where it crashed. The video from NBC, or they said it was Channel 10, the plane was going the opposite direction. But this is where they're showing it hit the roof and then crashed. And this is right here. So their little story doesn't work out. Because the dash cam was supposedly on this road. Bulla. Bull. Yeah, there's a lot of bull. It's a lot of bulla. Bulla, bulla. Dash cam was here, coming down this road, and the plane was coming in the same direction and landed right here, according to this picture. They said it crashed here, landed here, and this road here. Well, there's another little road here, like a little side road. Whatever road this is Tullamarine, and then this is CityLink. And I can turn it here so it looks like it's in the same direction, because it hit a storage area, which they obviously had nothing in this building. Either that or they were storing hydrogen bombs. Because this is where he's standing. Right here. Which is right here. And the dash cam was over here. I saw the plane coming from the other direction. Crossing across and going this way. Clearing the building, and it looked like it was landing somewhere over here. So more fakery in the world of make-believe.
We'll have to get some engineers to look at that.
The small aircraft took off from Melbourne's second largest airport in Essendon Tuesday morning. Police say it suffered catastrophic engine failure moments before it crashed into the mall.
All of a sudden it hit the spotlight and just erupted into a huge fireball.
Witnesses say the heat from the explosion could be felt from a nearby highway.
I just saw a plane come across and was like wobbling like that, and then I heard the bang and I looked around. There was just flames and smoke everywhere.
The plane was bound for King Island near Tasmania off the southern coast of Australia. At least 2 of the men on board were reportedly planning to play golf on the island's famed courses, Anthony.
Very sad story, Vlad. Thank you.
Okay, this made me laugh. This is the Australian broadcast media. I've just seen this bit of footage.
Incident was linked to an earlier stabbing incident in Windsor. People have been asked to avoid the city at all costs while the information is being collected.
Avoid the city of Melbourne at all cost from a car accident. Absolutely ridiculous. They keep on repeating that on all the different networks. Avoid the city at all costs. You know, the lengths they'll go to propagate their fear porn. I mean, if I was a restaurant owner or someone in Melbourne, I'd be really cheesed off they were coming out with statements like that after a car accident.
Saw anything, if you were a witness to what happened, police need you to be in touch. We'll have...
Okay, look at that. That's what made me laugh. What they've done there, obviously, they wanted to show that bottom bit, you know, from Lil C, the bass god, which is, what was he yelling out of his car? I mean, obviously they could have just focused in on the top bit. They didn't have to show the bottom. They didn't have to show this little tip at the bottom. This is incitement. This is incitement. What they're trying to do is they're trying to, you know, obviously a lot of people are going to be watching the main Australian broadcast media, and they're going to look at that little prompt. That's what it is. It's a prompt at the bottom there. What was he yelling out of his car? Which will of course prompt them to go onto YouTube to have a look, at which point they'll see Stefano, the crisis actor.
And also he was watching the people, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, eating the...
I mean, see the way he acts there, does an impression of a Muslim. Obviously he wasn't doing that out the cat. He was laughing and joking. He was laughing and joking, and he wasn't shouting Allah Akbar like he wasn't doing what this guy is imitating.
And also he was watching the people, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, eating
so that is a guy who really hates Muslims, and that's why he's doing this. What I want to show you though is this little nugget that I found at 148. I want you to look on the back seat. See these two unmarked police cars following down the road here? I want you to look at the back seat of the first unmarked police car. There is somebody sitting in that back seat of that police car. See? There. Absolutely, definitely a third person sitting in the back seat of that police car. Now, the reason that's significant is because hot pursuit unmarked police cars just have two officers in the front. They never have anyone in. They never have a third officer in the back. Everyone knows that. You know, that's for people who have been arrested. If they've been arrested and they're put in the back seat of the car, then they're not on another job. They're going back to the police station first to drop him off. The only context in which another third person would be sitting in the back of that police car is if it was a drill and it's a guy with a clipboard, and of course we know it is a drill, and you know, that is more evidence that these are not, you know, this is not a hot pursuit police chase. This is a drill, and they got some, you know, we got some third person here sitting in the back seat of a. See? So more proof.
This is their map from their website. This is the lower level. One little restaurant called Starbucks offers an array of espresso-based beverages, lattes, 7 to 11, their times of operation. This shows the 2 escalators coming down and bathrooms. So I'll leave the link for that. Here's a picture. This is just from Google. You go down here and you can see a little bit of the Starbucks. Now, you notice the carpeting. Once you go down there, you take a left, and then the baggage terminals are right there. For when you arrive, go down the stairs to get your bags. Now, Ari Fleischer said that he was upstairs, had to make a pit stop at the restaurant room, and then conferred with everyone about how he was at the escalators, and they didn't want to get caught on the escalators, so they ran out the door, supposedly. But he says he saw trails of blood. Don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. And did I mention the carpet yet? Because they talked about the carpet. Here's another photo. Same ugly carpet. Same flowers. A little bit tighter. So that may have been the other, could have been the other escalator. Looks like they closed them both off for some reason. Well, after the shooting, they were all fussing over these elevators. Escalators. And this story is about how they've reopened, even though there's large black curtains and barriers block the area where the supposed crime happened. Looks like they've got another baggage claim area that's not operating. The thing's not moving. Here's the carpet, but you can't really tell from that picture. And that's probably not the right terminal anyway. They had all these terminals going on. This one is very similar. It looks like where these people were sitting. There's the number 1. Ugly carpet again. So my question is, how did Richard L. take a photo of Starbucks inside Delta Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport FLL before the alleged crime happened with the new carpeting that wasn't supposed to be put in until after the crime happened? Because this is the new carpet. And it looks like Starbucks is all redone as well. So we'll go back and look at some photos. See if I can move that over a little bit. Here's where the escalator comes down, and that's where you saw those pictures. There's the Starbucks. And then here is like some little cart and that wreath, which you may have seen before. See, this is the old carpet. And this picture was taken supposedly after they reopened, but had this black curtain to block the area that there was a supposed massacre. Compare and contrast. The new carpet's all 777s. And then this is just a picture of this area here. Some kind of cart, person sitting here. You know, just to go back. Here's the supposed crime scene photos. The elbow crook cop. You gotta show his number 7 there. They like those 7s. And then there's the number 3. 3 baggage claim is where Annika Dean claimed that she was eating the carpet. Well, face down in the carpet. And then this is the Starbucks by number 1. So I had the question that, well, if Mark Lee said that he was at door number 5, whatever that means. How did he see the shooter take a right at Starbucks and see the shooting down here, which would have been between 2 and 3 as you travel, I guess, as they're facing, so this way. And I guess that's the other stairwell in the background. Here's the new carpet. You can compare and contrast. Let's see if I can get this to... Okay. The new carpet, Starbucks. Then here's the Starbucks. Oops. And then I pushed the wrong button. There it is. Is that it? So that's Starbucks, which would have been right by number 1. According to these pictures, anyway. Although, for some reason, they were flipping photos. That's the new carpet. December 15th, 2016. So how did they manage that? How did they manage that? And this all brand new, brand spanking new. Just amazing. Once again, I'm absolutely amazed. This reminds me of Brussels when they had that so-called bombing on 322. The Mormon Mason was at the Delta, some kind of Delta, I think he was a rival or something, or going through security. And because this seems like kind of an old map, like if you want to say, well, what are all the restaurants here, and you click on it, it should pop up all the restaurants. So, pretty sure there was another Starbucks on the upstairs of Terminal 1. And each terminal has their own little theme. Like Terminal 3 has this kind of beachy neon theme with music. Terminal 4 like just opened and is like sparkling white, crisp. But I'll double check and make sure there aren't any other Starbucks. Just for those that might have questions. For some reason, they, like I said, they were taking photographs around these escalators. This is another image that they flipped at one time. But we're back at the upstairs, and you may see this again. Like this. They like flipping things around. And I'm not sure what they're looking for here. You got the owl, of course. And that may even be the same one, the same escalator. It seemed like the other escalator, the police came into the side and went up. But I'll have to see. I have to look at that more closely. Here they are. Going through all this stuff. You know, this isn't where the supposed shooting happened. Wait, is that bug juice? Are they spraying for bugs? It's kind of strange. And these people, how did they know to duck and to be scared? Other witnesses said no one told them to do anything in particular. Alright, this is LAX. They'll probably have a event. And then that's that same photo reversed or flipped. So, I think that carpet is a smoking gun. because there would have been no reason for them to have new carpet back in December when they went through and explained how they changed the carpet. Now, that could be why we don't see Starbucks in the cutaway shot from the Mark Lee video, you know, with the lady, we casings everywhere and all that. Casings all over the floor. Casings are flying around us. Whatever, the denim jacket lady. This photo was taken December 15th. This was supposedly after the shooting. They had this moment of silence for the airport workers. A moment of silence. So this may have been this sign here, from what I can tell. Because they said that Mark Lee said the shooter made a right at the Starbucks. So that, okay. This is 1, so then 2 continues that way. 1, 2, 3 that way. But this is not the old carpet. And there's the one there. So where's the Starbucks? Is that why they put the curtains up? So you couldn't see that they had already put the new carpet in? And then they left an old part of the carpet here for them to do their fake blood and their little drama. This is supposedly a photo, according to Sherry W., of Terminal 2, July 30th, 2015. Bagel and Bakery. There's the same little sign. As soon as they put in a Starbucks, they have a hoax. A full-on hoax. That actually... I guess they got rid of these silver things. I don't see them here. The Terminal 1 has a big, beautiful Starbucks, somehow. It's almost like they have the old website still up, or part of it, because pre-security dining options, baggage claim level, this is Terminal 1. And you've got your Dunkin' Donuts, and Dunkin' Donuts. Post-security dining options, and another Dunkin' Donuts. But then if you go up here and click pre-security food, then you have Starbucks and no Dunkin' Donuts. Post-security food, same thing. So it's like they didn't update that or something. I don't know. They have a lot of outlets, news outlets. CNN and NBC have stores there, which I thought was strange. So, services... traffic info, all that stuff's pretty normal. Jobs, business, community, about us, newsroom. Let's see what it says in the newsroom here. Moment of reflection, temporary closure for mid-January. Very busy holiday, wonderful time of the year. So back in November, the north runway will close temporarily for repairs. So, email at broward.org. See, there's zip code for the actual airport, I think it's 33315. So it does appear that it goes 1, 2, 3. From this point of view, this is a Christy A photo, July 9th, 2016. And you've got the painting of the boat, or whatever this is supposed to be. This is where that cutaway was from the denim lady. There are shell casings all around us. Was in there. And they're probably trying to say this was the security camera, even though it was zooming in and zooming out, you know, whatever. It's not very busy. People standing around. I didn't realize they had so many places to sit there. They didn't change the paintings, so you may have seen that part where I showed the CBS guy coming and showing hundreds of feet of new carpet and new tiles, and then they had the same painting here. And so this is where the cops were standing along here, and then the Starbucks should be right here then. If, if what they've showed us was correct, although I had a feeling that it was manipulated and had a feeling that the remodel had something to do with it. So, but they've really done a great job keeping the old mermaid or merman or whatever this is supposed to be out of the limelight. Daddy Starbucks. No more Dunkin' Donuts. It's Daddy Starbucks. And it seems like they've opened it part way. There's this, unless this is Terminal 1. I'll have to go take a look at Terminal 1. No, here it is with the old carpet. Here. And for some reason there's all these hotels, so I don't know what that's supposed to be. That is the Terminal 2 carpeting. This looks like the new carpet again. In July, so right there, that's the sign that sticks out. Christy A. The same person taking the photo. But it looks updated in this photo. So I'm not sure. They've got this like kind of tile floor here, and the floor is different. They'll have to have an interior decorator take a look at it, I guess. Look at the ceiling, because that'll be your clue. Yeah, it looks like they did some work up there. Hung these lights, right? Are they there? You know, the photo doesn't show you everything. And I mentioned traps, It's just my observation. In my opinion, they were hiding this because they had updated this part already before they did their drill. Just my point of view. Comment below if you have any suggestions or ideas or opinions. Love to hear your comments. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the CBS guy, if you haven't seen that, so you don't have to look that up, explaining how they set out the new carpet. And that's it. Thanks for watching. And before that, this is the Starbucks. I don't think this is Terminal 2 because of the way that it's underneath these escalator things instead of down at the end like in the picture. See there, they got it gated and everything. The old carpet, it is a similar looking carpet, but this is huge and it's on the other side. See how the escalators end here? Well, this says it's from July 2016. And here's their supposed cleanup. Now this photo is flipped. See how the words are backwards? But you can see the escalator, which would mean the Starbucks would have been over here. And this would be part 1, or, baggage claim 1. 2 would have been further on. He didn't start shooting till he got to the number 2, when he got the signal, or what I think was a signal. So I'm not sure what they're doing over here. Maybe training, or Who knows? Precious P was happy. There's a Starbucks located in baggage claim now, which is cool. August 2015. So this is Terminal 1 baggage claim, where they have the Starbucks there. And theirs is a little bit different. But they had the same weird carpet there, too. I think upstairs they had a hibiscus carpet. I think it was a hibiscus. Yet somehow you don't see the Starbucks. Back in 2015, no Starbucks. Ironically, also no hoax. And as I promised, here's this painting again. I'm going to fast forward a little bit to here it is again. So they went through the trouble of redoing everything in this terminal. They just brushed the paintings off and stuck them back on the wall.
We are in Terminal 2 of Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport today. This is the area, the baggage claim 2 area, where such carnage occurred last week. It's been closed for 7 days. For several days it was a crime scene, and in latter days, all of the carpeting through about 100-foot stretch of this baggage claim area has been replaced. There was a bloodbath here, of course. All of the ceiling tile has been replaced. It's been completely repainted. This baggage area where last week's massacre occurred. A gunman who flew in from Alaska a week ago pulled a semi-automatic pistol out of his checked bag, murdering 5 people, wounding 6.
Alright, and you know the rest of the story.
No, he was not shot at all, was not wounded, was not anything, because basically he was done shooting and the blind spread eagle on the ground before the first officer got to him. They did not have the command to him.
Where are you right now? And
I'm
what's the scene
within
like
10
right
feet
now?
of the gun. I'm within 10 feet of the gun right now.
You can see the gun.
Oh yeah, I got pictures of it. And you can see all the cones from all the shells and everything else. You can still see the, from where the 3 deceased people are still in the terminal over by baggage claim 3. They're about 100 yards from me right now.
The shells.
So I had one lady that was from Council Bluffs, Iowa, that took a shot to the neck through and through. Her husband was on the other side of the chairs, and everything else. He was the one that John mentioned that was shot in the head, was instantly killed. So her husband, basically, she watched her husband basically 3 feet from her dead, and they were just getting ready to leave on a cruise today.
My God.
Yeah, pretty sad. So, I mean, it's very...
You saw that plane take off, right? Is that the Saudis again?
Yeah. I think, behind me, it looks like they're coming to search us. But I don't want to move. I'm holding the water bottle. I'm going to move that.
Got your water bottle, John. Oh, and I did find that camera. Here it is right here.